We have no method that we can say that this is better than that.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Hi everyone, this is Real from Analyzel. I know that you got shocked because of the change in the style of my video, but to be honest, I needed to change my style because I didn't feel comfy with those videos. I just wanted to have an overview of what we had in past, about the project that we chose, and about whatever we typed. Ask you to take a look at them, and for sure we're going to review them in other videos more and more. And I just wanted to you to get familiar with me. My name is Elle. I started my journey from being previous artist, but I say roughly an artist in animation. I also have a background of management and teaching computers because I studied engineering, software engineering. I didn't come to this industry by chance. I chose to be here. I chose to be a manager because I have a dream of making animations, which is relates to my childhood and with the story of swimming. A black fish who was very brave and tried to convince the other fishes that they should be brave and they should swim faster in case that the other bigger fish couldn't get them and couldn't catch them and couldn't hunt them. Anyways, I started my journey this way, and it was a childhood story that I've heard, and I grew up with the dream of making that story. Now that I'm working, and I've been working as a manager, I felt some concerns in between communication, management style, project managing. I have heard so many questions about managing style and so many items like this, and I just thought that I as a manager could share my idea and even open a way to the other people, artists, managers, to share theirs with me. So that I made a decision to make these videos and started my YouTube channel. So let's get back to our topics that we talked about in three last videos, that we chose Encanto as a reference for a 3D animation. The first thing is that why I chose that. When you want to make a 3D animation, most of the time clients come to you with some references. If they have their Bible, they will come to you with theirs. But if they haven't, they have something visual idea in their mind, and they will refer to those. Most of the time, because Disney and Pixar have their own style, and the other companies are mostly copy their style and use their softwares, their idea. Most of the time we refer most of our 3D project to them. And if the style of if the visual style, if the animated style, if the render style could be like them. And because of that, I chose one of the references that people may choose, and it will move us to know how do they make their animations, and it will help us to manage our projects better. But it doesn't show us that which way of management method they use, and how could we know? Even you might ask that, is there any method for management at all? Or no, it's just people based on some theories, guesses, experiences that is, But I'd say that yes, there are methods, there are so many items that we should consider when we make a project. I'm going to share those with you in these videos and the next. And I just wanted to have an overview of those three that we talked about. And then in this video, we won't go further about knowing any more about the style and management. But after this video, we're going to, because we changed our style, and it's, I'd say it's better, and even for me, it might be easier to share my knowledge. We're going to know about the style. We're going to see from the beginning of the project, when the clients come to you, how should you behave, what you should ask, and what should be your steps till the end of the project when you deliver the project to your client. So let's have an overview of whatever we had before and talk about them. So we have here Encanto, which is a 3D animation. We know most of the time those animation would be 1.5 an hour or maybe 2 hours. And they would take 3 to 5 years for companies to make them. Yes, it's a long time, and it's really a hard thing to do, and a hard project to manage and to follow up everything for 5 years. But we talked about what Disney do for their project, and we talked about what should we do when we start a project. First of the thing is that when a project came to us, we should consider that this project is easy, hard, made, or whatever. And I told you why. Because based on its tasting memories, which would show us the stage of a project, which would show us if our project is simple, complicated, or complex, or even chaotic, we can make the decision of what kind of a management style is better for us. We should pick a style for a special kind of a project. You might ask that okay, our company just do some specific project. Good for you, good for your company. That they just, for example, do a complicated or a complex or even a chaotic project. It's good. It's good that first you make this decision and went to that. It's because you repeat a management style, and it might be easier for you to manage those projects, and you'd be known as a master of those kind of like projects. But I'm going to talk about every style, that because we have so many companies, we have so many styles, and based on my experience, when you start a company, start a studio, there were some projects that come to you, and you just rather to accept them because you want to make a resume for your company. So in this type of company, the question is that which management style is better, and you should go based on that theories, know that how you should do. But the thing is, if you chose the best method for your management, what could be that method, and what should you do for that method? You should gather so many information. You should know how to do that. You should know how to handle people, crew, and whatever. And you need to study a lot about them. We're going to talk about every one of them. We're going to compare them with each other in the next videos. We're going to say that which one is better for you, because it's not a thing that we can say that this way is the best and the other are worst. This way is the one, if a company do, they will fulfill whatever their aim is, but if they chose another one, they will face a disaster or whatever, or they will lost everything. No, it's not something like this. Based on every project, based on the thing that you're going to do, you will understand which method is good. We have no method that we can say that this is better than that in general. We can just choose the method that it works best for our project, And if you are a company working so many styles, you need to consider these kind of tables, stage symmetries, and knowing about the being hard, easy, or mid of your project in the beginning of every project that come to you. I'm going to make an example for you. You might do 2D projects or that for many times, and you have your tables ready, people's ready, your softwares are ready, and it's kind of like when you think kind of like this project, and even the style of the project that came to you, it's something that you've done before. A client come to you and ask you that I want exact this style you did, I want this time that you did, I want this software you use, I want whatever you did before. So it's a way that you stepped once before or twice or many times before, and you know that way very well. Ups and downs of that way. You have people around you, you have your crew, and so it somehow push you in a way that you think it's kind of like a simple for you. So in those kind of projects, you may find out that even waterfall works best for you, or the subsets of waterfall even works best for you. But in my experience, every creative project that you are going to make this with humans, with creative humans, with the people who are artists, I'd say that to me it started with a complicated project, even if it's not a complex or chaotic. To be honest, I've been in a chaotic project, and I don't say that it's something that you can't do or you shouldn't do. But if you know how to handle those kind of projects, it's good to do those, because there are many ideas that no one has started, and you might be the one, or you might don't have that much of people, knowledge, software, but have that idea. You might don't know how to do that. You might don't know the exact thing, the exact what's in your project, but you're going to find them. You're going to know them. You're going to understand them. Anyways, I remember that I talked about how to ask questions, how to find what's, hows, and what ifs. And especially I introduced you a book that will move you to know to better asking questions, and which is an essential things when you're going to find out that it's easy, made, or hard for you, and you're going to find out that you're in a complicated, complex, or chaotic project. Okay, so we talked about Encanto, we talked about how to choose our management style, we talked about calendars, we talked about crew calendars, we talked about bid, we talked about which is bid came from economic, which is bid came from business. I'd say that for knowing this kind of knowledge, kind of go to know about MBAs could work, kind of know about leadership is work. And another thing that I mentioned is that how many people you need. You know, it's really important when you working with people. You don't make crowded that and that much the studio don't crowd that much the project that you can't follow up it good. Most of the time I faced with this problem that people have lots of for example, a manager have a lot of coordinator and assist, or we have lots of artists in a team that when you see them you feel that okay, uh, based on methods and based on communications, you shouldn't do that. You don't need them that much. But you will face it that people done that, and I'm sure that they didn't know about the communication and relationship between people, and they didn't know the formulas. And I remember I mentioned Denver's number for this formula, that how many people you can have around you and communicate with them. About leadership layers, I just mentioned about that, and I'm going to talk and vast it more, that how many layers you may need. For wrapping up this session, for wrapping up this part, I just want to say that we're going to move for knowing these styles. We're going to go deep dive into styles, and we're going to know that from the beginning that a client come to you, what would they ask, what should you answer, how do you consider whatever they want, and how do you arrange your team, how do you manage your team, how do you gather your team, and how do you even behave with your team. And is it you the only one that should do all of this, or you need some hands? Who should be your hands? How many sessions of meetings you would have, how many how would you wrap up your session, your weeks, your project, how would you deliver them? And I'm gonna talk about more things like this with you. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. I hope you like my video. Subscribe to my channel and give me the energy for being passionate about making more and more with you and sharing more and more my ideas to you. I've been learning management. It's not a thing that I can say that I believe that no one can say that 100% know that, but I will share with you whatever I've known. I will share with you whatever I've learned and I've been learning here. Till the next video. Bye.